about now.
Yes. Hey, Facebook family. Happy Sunday. Just out here getting some sun and just enjoying this cool breeze on a Sunday evening. So I just wanted to jump on real quick, see who's out there, see how everyone's spending their Sunday. So anyway, I'm Phoenix Love of a Healer's Haven, where I provide holistic healing solutions to purpose-driven leaders who are seeking wellness and work-life balance. So I am just coming on today, like I said, just to see who's out there, how you're spending your day. I hope everybody is enjoying this beautiful, beautiful Sunday evening. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about living your best life. And hey Cheryl, thank you for joining. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about living your best life, and just wanted to actually just pop on and see what does that look like for some of you out there. And if you're not living your best life, what's stopping you? You know, what are the, and I'm going to use this word blockages, because yesterday, I don't know if you had a chance, if you haven't had a chance to see the live video I did, or the live broadcast I did yesterday from the Go Africa Festival up in Harlem, New York. It was just a beautiful, beautiful event, and I was out there with a grassroots organization that I'm a part of, Powerful Pioneers, and we were just out there spreading wellness, good information, providing healing services, vegan food, information, you know, anything and everything to help support the growth, the wellness, the overall health goals of the individuals and the people of the community, of the Harlem community. So it was really a fantastic event. But one of the things, hey Lynn, thank you for joining. One of the things that I wanted to talk a little bit about that I learned, because anytime I love doing community events, because one, it gives me a chance to really go out and connect with the people, and just, you know, have a chance to really talk to people and find out what's on their hearts, their minds, provide information, spread mental health awareness, spread wellness information overall, and just really have an opportunity to be a resource, and a resource of knowledge, a resource of valuable information that they may need. So I love doing those type of events, and yesterday was just amazing, because I was telling my husband I had a chance to actually, and I'm going to use this word minister, because this is my business, but this is also ministry for me. And this is actually ministry I've been doing for well over 10 years, even before I became a clinician, even before I became a holistic health practitioner, as far as certification and all of those things. I've been working with people and praying with people. In fact, with my old church, Love Oasis, we used to go out to, I think it's Harlem Week, which really is like a Harlem month, and go out and pray with people, and just really be there to be of support to folks that just may be hurting, maybe going through different things. So yesterday was no different. I literally ministered, provided healing services, chakra readings, just and information to about 30 people yesterday. I mean, it was nonstop. I don't think I sat down the whole time I was there, and I was out there for a good 8 hours, because they were coming back to back. People of all ages, different nationalities, some that didn't even speak English. They just knew that they wanted to get their healing. And it was just overwhelming, but overwhelming in a great way, because I was just floored to see how many people, they were just like hungry for information, and they really just wanted to know more about the modalities that I offer and how it can help them. But what I wanted to share mainly about that is the men that came, and there was like this commonality among the men of, you know, what chakras were actually blocked. And this is where I talk about blockages, and I'm going to tie it back into the theme here that I'm speaking about. But what I saw among all of the men is that their heart chakra and their crown chakras were blocked. And I thought that was very interesting because we know your crown chakra is your connection, is our connection to divinity, spirituality, and just really being able to tap into our inner spirit and our inner man or woman. And then, of course, when we talk about our heart chakra, that's our relationships and love and, how we self-love as well. Self-love as well as love for others. Just the minimal definition of those particular chakras and when they're blocked. So, it just gave me an opportunity to have a beautiful open dialogue with these. Oh, welcome, Queen Asa. Thank you for joining. Hey, Nita. Thank you for joining. So it opened the door for me to have a wonderful dialogue with everyone that I provide the services for, but also just with the men because, I think they were blown away because once I did the reading, they're looking at me like, well, how do you know these things? So, some of them was asking me some really funny questions, but it just, it opened the door for them to share some of the things that are really on their hearts and that's on their minds. And things they don't normally get to talk about, and they felt very comfortable talking about. So that was just eye-opening for me. And like I said, anytime I go out and do these community events or speaking engagements, I always get a flood of men that come over and they're very inquisitive and curious about, what I do and getting help and mental health services and so forth. But yesterday was very different, and I think because that was really kind of the first time that I offered just straight services. I didn't even, have my books. I didn't do all that. It was already revealed to me in my prayer time because I'm very much a spirit-led person. That's just how I operate. Anybody knows me, that's how I work. So it was already dropped in my spirit for me to just go there and provide services. Okay, and to be able to provide like many consultations, and I'm glad I did. And it was a divine appointment because there were so many people. I can't even tell you how many women I had. They were sitting there and they were in tears after I did an evaluation or an assessment rather with them, and just in tears because there was things that I shared with them that I saw and I was asking more questions, and they were telling me everything from infertility, from domestic violence abuse. One woman I knew before I even started working on her that she was a domestic violence victim. It was just very clear to me that she had been in an abusive relationship and she had a little baby with her, a beautiful little baby. So, again, it just was, like I said, overwhelming in a great way because it let me know or confirmed what I already know, that our people are really hurting out there. People are really in need of healing, and they're in need of understanding why they can't move forward, which brings me to this message. If you are not living your best life right now, why aren't you living your best life now? And a lot of times it's not what we think it is. Sometimes it's things that we are completely clueless that we are still struggling with, whether it is something emotionally that's blocking us, whether it's something spiritually, or maybe it's something physically that we're dealing with, And welcome, Shirley. Thank you. So let me just get comfortable, y'all, because this sun is moving as it's getting ready to get the set. So let me say this, and this brings it to, and this is not about me, but I'm sharing this because I want it to be very clear. This is part of why I'm not only a mental health therapist and I decided to go get certified in holistic healing and health practices, is because there's another level to this. And I think that was, again, another conversation that came out of me doing the work yesterday with the people, because they were just like, you do what? You're a therapist and you do sound healing? You do it? I'm like, yes, I do. And this all came out of my journey of healing. And I'm not saying this is for everybody, because it's not. But what I have learned is that from just doing straight psychotherapy and just, sitting and talking with people, because there is, there's a time for that, and there are particular population where that's necessary, and you may need medication and psychiatric evaluations. Yes. But then there's the other side of it, where what I call there's a need for healing and deliverance, okay, above and beyond, uncovering and revealing. That's why my whole slogan, my mission is all about reveal, heal, and live on purpose, because you cannot heal something that is not brought to light. If there's no revelation of what is actually going on with you, how can you heal it? How can you address it? So when we talk about living our best life now, when we're talking about achieving our goals, whether it's our overall life goals, whether it's financial goals, health, relationship, you have to be able to uncover whatever these blockages are. You have to be able to look it square in the face and say, okay, I'm ready to deal with you now. And I have to say this is a spiritual thing. This is a year for it. Whatever it is that you have been putting off, avoiding, tucking it away, it's in the Pandora's box. It's time to get it open and out and face it head on and deal with it. And that's what I saw a lot of yesterday. Oh, thank you, Cheryl. Wow. That's what I saw a lot of yesterday. I saw people that they didn't even know how they ended up at my booth. They didn't even know how they came over there. They just know that they needed to come, and they was just like, okay, I'm here. And I said, yes, sister, brother, this is a divine appointment. And listen, this is not boastful, because anybody that knows I'm not an egocentric person. I'm sharing you this information because you need to hear this. Somebody needs to hear this. This is how critical it was yesterday. Besides the 30 people that came to the booth that came for healing, they had literally started breaking down. The event ended at 7. Okay, I didn't leave there till 8. Why? I had one man that was waiting for me for about an hour, because I was working with a whole family of young people, 26 and 27 years old, 3 siblings, and the one male in the family. His wife was also there, and I worked with all of them. Okay, and then there was another man. He came around, and then he showed up, and he was like, sis, please, I just want to get, I want to know what's going on with me. So I said, all right. I had to be obedient. So I had to tell the people I was with, just give me a minute. They were removing the tents. I'm out there. I'm the only one still with my group, because I had to finish and work with this brother. And I did. It didn't take long. But I was just saying, I had to be obedient. And I'm saying all of that to say, this is the time, and people know this is the time for them to get their healing. And somebody's just going to see this video, so share this video, share it, because it may not be for you, it may be for somebody else. This is the time, whoever I'm speaking to, this is the time for you to uncover, pull back that Band-Aid, open up Pandora's box, reveal whatever it is that you have been avoiding because it's too hurtful, it's too painful, it causes you too much, maybe it's bad memories and thoughts. It's probably coming up in your dreams because you have not dealt with it. Because it's going to show up. It's going to show up somehow. It's going to show up in your health physically. It's going to show up in your relationships. It's going to show up in your emotions. But it will show up. This is the time. Thank you, Lynn. This is the time for healing. Okay, this year, this is a master year. I don't know some people deal with numerology and numbers and stuff, but numbers is in the Bible, y'all. For those of you that might be like, oh, it's in the Bible. It's a whole chapter called Numbers. So in case you didn't know. But this is a master year, the 11th year. Okay, so that means it's a time, yes, of manifestation, but it's more so a time of revelation. You can't manifest until you reveal. Until you deal with those issues that you've been carrying around, like bad, old garbage and baggage that's weighing you down. And ladies, I'm going to say this is going to be ladies and men too. If you are having a weight issue, 9 times out of 10, that's an emotional issue. That's an emotional blockage. If you are having trouble losing weight, yes, they tell us about thyroids and hormones and getting older and all these things. Yes, metabolism, those are all factors. But 9 times out of 10, if you are carrying around excessive weight, especially in your gut area, that is an emotional issue. Okay? So listen, this is the time. Let this stuff come up, because we should be living our best life. And I'm not saying perfection. I'm not talking about perfection. I'm not talking about everything we want, we have it. Because success is relative. It varies depending on where you are in your life, who you are, and yes, even your background. So, your success is going to be very different from my success and from, your brother over across the street and your sister down the street. Everybody's success is different. But your best life is going to be what you make it. But you can't make and create your best life until you remove all of the negativity, the emotional baggage, the trauma, the things that you've been carrying around and that's been buried. And these are the things that I was talking to people about yesterday, because that's what was happening. They, and even clients that I work with right now, they're like, I don't know why I'm stuck. I don't know why I can't move forward. I don't know why I've taken this course. I got degrees. I'm helping people. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. But they're still stuck. Something's not right. And they can't put their finger on it. So this is where this is why I love and I'm passionate about the work that I do. Because I'm able to help people to figure out what is that blockage. Because sometimes you just don't know. You really don't know. Sometimes we know and sometimes we don't know. Or we're unclear. So you need guidance. And this is where the holistic healing and the energy healing work and the readings that I do, that's where it comes in. Because I could sit there and I can help you pinpoint, this is this area and this is what's out of alignment. Okay, here's what you can do. Here are the solutions, the healing solutions to be able to address it. So this is the time. This is the time, brothers and sisters, please. I'm on here. Y'all know I do my lives, I do my posts, and I'm like, listen, contact me at healershaven.com. Inbox me if you have questions, and some of you have. You've inboxed me, you've called me, your clients now. So thank you, and I'm thanking you for starting your healing process. I'm not thanking you for necessarily for choosing me to help you, but even though I appreciate it, but my concern, like I said, this is ministry for me also. My concern is that you're getting your healing. That's what it's about. And everybody I met yesterday, I said, call me. And I say, put your number down, because if you don't call me, I'm going to call you. Because even if it's just a phone call and it's a consultation, I do free consultations. And if, maybe we're not a match, or at the time, you don't have the finances to compensation or whatever it may be, I can still give you a recommendation. You understand? Because I am more concerned with you getting your healing. That's what it's all about. So a couple of things, and then I'm going to let everybody go, because I know it's a Sunday evening, and I know some of y'all are going to be watching Power, because I know I am. I love Power. It's a good show. So I just wanted to share a couple of questions that I want you to ask yourself, so you can figure out, okay, what is stopping me from living my best life now? Okay? And yes, a lot of it is looking at our relationships. Ooh, yeah, I should have known I was going to say that. A lot of us looking at our relationships, our sphere of influence is what I like to talk about. Okay? So ask the divine in your prayer time, your meditation. And if you're not praying and meditating, that might be part of the problem too. So start doing that. Okay, get some prayer time and get some meditation. I'm not talking about religious. I don't care if you're Muslim, if you practice African spirituality, if you are Hindu, if you're Christian. That's not what I'm talking about. Spend some time just in silence. Get quiet. Get centered. Just so that you can quiet your mind, because our minds are very busy. They're always going to be saying something and doing something. I call it the monkey mind. And guess what? Most of us are running around here almost like we have ADHD, because that's just how our mind operates now, because we have so many messages that we're taking in throughout the day, right? We are like just overwhelmed and overly stimulated by messages from every single source you can think of, from people, from electronics, from the TV, from radio, everything. So just take time to sit And also, if you're not in my group, because most of you are purpose-driven leaders, my group, Holistic Living for Purpose-Driven Leaders, come on over, because I do Mindfulness Mondays, 7 a.m. on Monday mornings. And I also am getting ready to start, a couple of different initiatives to support, especially leaders, especially helping professionals, clinicians, people that are in ministry, therapists, anybody that's working with people, especially, come on over to the group, because I'm going to be doing things on diet. I'm going to be doing things on, like I said, prayer, meditation, just anything and everything to support, especially people that work with other people. Why? Because we tend to experience burnout, compassion fatigue, and we experience a lot of vicarious trauma. Vicarious trauma is almost as bad as if not, I don't even want to say almost as bad, can be as bad and as harmful as regular trauma or direct trauma. Okay, so join me in the group and I'll put the information there. So anyway, real quick, ask the divine to send the right people into your life. That's key. Okay, ask the divine to send the right people in your life. Start to evaluate who's in your life. If anybody is, and if the relationships are toxic. Some of us are sitting in toxic relationship right now. People we know that are not healthy for us. And we don't have time to, sit around with folks that are speaking negatively into our lives, that are harassing us, that are abusive towards us, that are not supporting us. And I'm going to do a whole live on support, because I think that's another thing. We need to understand what support looks like. And I think some people think support is just, I press like on your video or your post. Yeah. So anyway, and this is another one. I said people, right? I'm going to say this, and I know we're on social media. Cut down the social media. Get off the social media sometimes. Unplug. Take a break. Pull back. There's some real foolishness and nastiness that goes on social media. I'm saying this. Listen, there's so many posts that I saw this week, and I don't want to stay on here long, because I get on this topic, I can talk for I don't know how long. There's so many posts that I've seen of people talking about they want to harm themselves, they want to kill themselves, they're depressed. What? We have to stop this. We have to stop getting on social media, okay, and basically tearing down each other. When you have people crying out like that on social media because of somebody that has said or done something to them on social media, what is that saying? What are we doing to each other? So I get upset because again, it was too much. It's too much. This yesterday. And I'm like, really? We have to stop that. So sorry, y'all. I get passionate about that, because we have to do better in supporting each other and loving on each other. Just as brothers and sisters, just as human beings. Be respectful to each other. Be compassionate. And some of these people are in the helping profession. That's what's crazy about it. We have to do better. So yes, unplug from the social media. Take a break. And I know one of the sisters I saw, she's actually in my group, and she said, I am coming off of social media for 30 days. She said, I am taking a fast because it's too much. And I said, good for you. Do that. And we need to do it sometime. I'm saying it. I know I used to do it all the time. Now, because I want to be committed to you and to those of you that are following me, so I stay on here. But trust me, some days gotta unplug and just spend time with family and spend time with loved ones. Okay, that's very important. So unplug from social media. Do a check of your circle, the people that are in your life, all right? And spend more time with the divine, with God, source, the Most High, whatever you want to call them. Spend more time in silence. Spend more time in prayer. Spend more time in meditation. You need to figure out what is going on in your life that is keeping you from living your best life now. And this is how you do it. This is the beginning. Now, there's so much more, but I'm going to just leave it right there. I may come back on tomorrow and do, another live, because I do have like a checklist of some stuff. But the last thing I want to say is just step back sometime. Step back, journal, whatever it takes for you. Everybody, functions a little differently when it comes down to doing a self-reflection. But it's so important to self-reflect and figure out what's going on in your life. Who are the people in your life? Just do like an assessment. Just look around. Look around you. Look within. Okay? Do a self-check on yourself. Like, what is really going on within you? Because that's where the answers are. And like I said, and if you need guidance, if you need assistance, please feel free to contact me. You can contact me at healershaven.com. You can inbox me if you want to set up a free consultation, but I am here. I also want to quickly mention, I do have something just for the men. Like I was saying, the men were coming out yesterday, and I was working with a lot of men. So we have a special event on July 19th, which is this Thursday at 7:30 p.m. It's in Queens, which I believe is Rosedale, Queens. And it's from 7:30 to 9:30. And it's basically a men's wellness, healing, networking event. It's just for men. And it's called, what does it mean to be a king? And we're going to be talking about those issues and, topics that are on the hearts and mind of men. And giving them a chance and giving them a safe space to be able to share and talk about the things that, that are prevalent in their lives, that they're struggling with, and giving them that forum. And I'm keeping it small, about 15 to 20 men, just so that they will feel comfortable to share. So ladies that are on here, please encourage, the men in your life to come out if you're in the New York area. And then men, I would love to see you if you're in the New York area. Just I'll put the information in this broadcast in the comment section. So tag some men that may want to come. And I hope to see them out. So again, everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. Thank you for jumping on. But do take that time. Take that time to go within. Everything that you need is within you. Okay? So have a blessed Sunday. Peace out.